Abby, I have to say, this sounds like you wrote this about me. This is our kind of relationship right here. Am I wrong?
When have I ever called you emotional?
No, I'm just saying because I get upset whenever you say a bunch of stuff to me, and then this sounds like our relationship. It really does.
Who chose
does it
this?
not?
Is that
Jackson,
why?
Rebecca, does it not sound like us?
Hey, we're the personality hires, and some of you might already know us for personalities because we all met at work.
Whether you're working from home
Or stuck in the office with that coworker you hate.
We make your 9 to 5 worth getting out of bed for.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today in the sight of God and these horrible LED lights to honor the life, the legacy, the contributions to society that is Rebecca's copper IUD. For 11 and a half years, Rebecca's copper IUD has served her well by keeping the babies out of her and keeping her uterus a hostile environment for both men, sperm, and babies everywhere.
Yeah, rest in peace, Paragard. You really lasted much longer than you probably should have.
Wait, what's like the actual time frame that you're supposed to have this thing in?
10 years.
Oh!
No, it's 12 years.
Okay, it's 10 to 12, but it's debatable.
So this is basically like the best by date versus the actual expiration date.
I'd like to think so. So I was at a pool and I remember my friends were talking about getting an IUD implanted and I was with my boyfriend and I was like, I always recommend Paragard. I think it's great. I think having a non-hormonal birth control that's unique. It's really cool. It helps me a lot. So I was recommending they try Paragard. And my friend was like, how many years have you had it? And I said, I've had it for going on 11 years. And then they were like, how long is it supposed to last? And they said, I Googled it because I had forgotten. And it said 10 years. And I thought my boyfriend was going to faint.
Does copper rust?
No, well, I know they actually.
Okay, so let's hash this out for a second. And then I want us all to make our predictions of what we think. Because, Rebecca, you have brought your copper IUD in for us today to properly honor and look upon.
Yes.
But I do want to dive into this because you said that your boyfriend has a fear of knocking a girl up. So the fact that for the last year, you've quite literally been raw dogging it must be freaking out. Must be terrifying for him.
It stops working.
It loses its effectiveness.
Yes.
Because it gets all bent out of shape?
No. So Paragard, I think the efficacy goes down, not super significantly, but by year, it goes from 99% effective to probably about like 89%.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
80% of the parachute's open whenever you jump out of a plane. Are you jumping? That's what I asked you today.
I don't even know if 99 would make me feel that comfortable.
No, it's not. But that's crazy. Every year it loses 1%.
It loses efficacy. I'm not
Efficacy?
sure how much. I don't think they like scientifically know exactly how much is lost, but it is recommended to replace it by year 10.
How do they study this? Do you wonder that?
Your dad's the gynecologist, Jackson.
Call your dad.
I could call him. He's actually he trains and teaches for Nexplanon, which is not or standard way IUD. That's the one that you get implanted in your arm.
Mm-hmm.
But how soon after you hearing 10 years did you make an appointment to get this changed?
Immediately.
Yeah.
We
instantly.
got in the car and I called my gynecologist.
How quickly did you make your Planned Parenthood appointment?
Oh, God.
Jackson, can we call your dad?
You want me to call him?
Yeah, can we?
Yeah, we can call
You
him.
think he'll know?
What do we need to call him for?
I want to know, how did these scientists figure out that it loses 1% FXCC every year?
Okay.
And while he's at it, can he teach Mikey how to speak?
Let's give him a call. Come on, Paps.
Your call has been forwarded.
All right. Well, if he'll call back.
So anyway, because we want to honor the life and legacy that is your Paragard for all the work that it's done for you for the last 11 years,
And you're certain you're not pregnant right now?
I'm pretty certain.
I think we should all make our predictions as to what this copper IUD is going to look like after 11 years of sitting inside of Rebecca's body.
I bet it's green like the Statue of Liberty.
It's for sure oxidized.
Yeah.
I think it's turned into like an infinity sign.
Oh, you think it's changed shape
Yes,
too?
I think she's bent it all out of shape.
Okay, and also before you reveal to us what it looks like, tell me what the conversation was with your doctor when you asked if you could keep it.
Yeah, that was interesting. She asked me before we replaced it, do you have any questions? And I said, I only have one. Can I keep it? And she kind of paused for a second. And then she said, you know what? I don't want it. You can have it. And she asked the attending nurse if they could grab me sort of like a biohazard cup that they
A
could
to-go
place
box?
it in. Yes.
Was it like one of those Chinese takeout boxes with a little biohazard thing on the front?
They gave me a little paper bag to put it in when I got out to check out. And yeah, I am actually wondering if I should take it out of this cup because I haven't taken it out yet. Like, is it going to like grow mold or something
Does
in
it
there?
smell?
I haven't. It's sealed in this biohazard cup.
There's
it
a
clear?
cap on the cup.
There is a cap.
Have you opened it?
I have not opened it.
So
Oh,
wait, and you can't
no.
see through it. It's not clear.
No, you can see through it.
Okay, I think we can leave it in the container.
No,
then.
no, no. I want to see it. Well, here's the thing. I love the fact that your OBGYN just gave it to you without questions asked. Can you imagine if you had to push for this? Be like, you don't understand. This is the final Horcrux. I need it to defeat Voldemort.
She asked me what I wanted to do with it, and I think I lied and said I wanted to make it like an earring, like a dangly earring, like the guys wear, those like crosses.
It's very trendy.
It's feminist jewelry.
I know. It's like I have green hair. Like, look at me. Of course I'm going to wear it as an earring.
Okay, so I think
right.
we should pull this bad boy out.
Let's see it. Drum roll, please.
Rebecca is pulling out
Okay.
her IUD.
Just like her boyfriend did for that last couple
Oh
weeks
my
before her
God.
new IUD.
Trigger warning. There is gore. There is blood and tissue.
Oh boy. Okay.
There is blood and tissue attached to my IUD.
Oh my God.
Thank
and
for
you
that
can
one.
see it.
I'm going to see like uterine lining on it.
It's literally just, it's like a bubble of blood. And I believe tissue from my uterus. So prepare
And all
yourselves
the
for
babies you didn't carry.
that. Should I just pass it around?
I don't want to hold it. I thought you were
Just
just
hold it
gonna-
up and show
Okay,
the
okay.
glass.
I'd
All right,
like to
everyone.
hold
It's
it.
just
Show
show
the
and
glass.
tell.
Oh, wait, it's stuck to the top.
Oh,
my God.
Ew.
All right,
Wait,
all right.
did you open it?
No, I have not
Okay,
opened it.
don't open it.
I just shook it around.
I'm
boy.
horrified.
All right,
Okay.
here we go. Everybody ready?
The forbidden snow globe.
Here it is.
Oh, it's
What?
teeny tiny.
Uh,
Ew. Wait, what is that thing
Wait,
on the
let me
end?
see.
It looks like an alien.
It's blood and gore. It's literally tissue from my uterus.
Oh, I think this isn't shocking for me because I see that every month.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's actually a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah, I'm feeling similarly.
I'm kind of shocked that was like inside me.
Because it has to like hang out in your uterus. It can't be flopping around.
I know, but the other ones are much smaller.
Oh, really?
Yes, Paragard is the largest, I think, because copper is what keeps the sperm from like implanting in the egg.
Because you got a wide vag.
I got a wide set vagina.
Is the string on the end of it like a ripcord for them to take it out?
So the string on the end is what comes through your cervix, and every cycle you are meant to stick your fingers up there and make sure it's still there in place.
There's
wait.
maintenance required?
Yes.
What? It can just fly out at any point. You have to make sure it's still there.
The IUD can expel from your body at any moment.
Email the show if you've ever had a IUD fly out of your hoo ha.
My ex-girlfriend's
Thanks for that, Mikey.
fell out.
What?
Yeah.
Where on the floor?
No, I don't know how it
It was.
happened.
It usually
let me set the
happens.
scene. It was prom night. We were getting down. We were grooving.
No, I don't remember exactly how it happened, but I was at work and I got a text and was like, "Oh my God, my IUD just came out."
It almost always happens on the toilet.
Yes, I think that's accurate.
like you're bearing down and it kind of just pops out.
Oh my
It was,
God.
it was Woodstock '99. I was at the porta potty.
I'm looking at that IUD. I'm like, there is no way that was coming out of you. That thing is huge.
So the copper is like, it's a dark color. It's kind of dark blue.
Ooh,
And
it's-
then
So wait, it
there's-
did oxidize?
I don't think it oxidized. I mean, I didn't see the new one that they put in me, so I'm not sure. I don't have a basis for comparison. But no, it's like a dark color, and then there's just like a glob of blood
All
and
right.
tissue at the very end, just hanging on.
Can I say this, Rebecca? No offense to you at all. I'm sure that's nice stuff. It's making me almost sick right now.
really?
Yeah, I didn't expect to feel this way at all. It's making my stomach feel not good. I don't get sick at things like this. Something about seeing that thing there, not good. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Do they do different sizes for different ladies? Or is it all one size fits all?
It's one size fits all.
Which, if you think about it, kind of fucked up. Like, I feel like everyone has different sized uteruses, no?
Uteri.
Uteri.
I really don't think that there's much variation in the size of like a vaginal canal. I think it can be tall and short, but like when you think of width, I don't think there's a big variation.
Impossible. I'm teeny tiny, Rebecca.
Oh my vagina is tiny. My IUD is so small. It's so tight.
I'm going to need you to
fit.
take it off the table.
Yeah, for everyone listening, you see the IUD. It's as described. It's in the shape of a T. There's a little string hanging off of it. But the glaring detail is that there's
Stop shaking it. You're going to get the little lump off of it.
Like a maraca.
There's a globule
Yeah.
of red tissue that's at the end of it that's
Oh my
stuck to
God.
it.
It's a cursed maraca.
Look, now you can really see it. It's like
Ew.
pressed up against
Put
the
it
glass.
away!
Okay, I'm begging you,
Okay.
get that out of my sight.
My God.
Let's move on.
But what do I do with it now?
Put it back in.
I think you should compost it as your people intended.
That's fair.
All right, everyone, this is something new that we're going to try out here on this episode. And at your work, you might have your human resources department in order for you to get the best, most legal and sound advice for whatever may be happening in your working space. But here on the Personality Hires podcast, we are going to have something called Inhumane Resources, where we take your salacious and ridiculous scenarios that happen in and out of the office and give you our 2 cents. Abby, what do we have this week for Inhumane Resources?
This comes from user I'm on vacation via Reddit. Am I the asshole for calling my hot-tempered guy coworker emotional to embarrass him into calming the fuck down? So I'm an engineer and I'm working on a team with 7 decently chill guys and 1 guy with anger issues. Like, he can't just have a respectful disagreement. He'll raise his voice and yell and get up close to your face. I hate it. So I started by just complaining to my boss about it, and he brushed it under the rug, saying he's just like that. And if I thought he was bad now, I should have seen him 10 years ago before he, quote unquote, mellowed out. It makes me wonder what he was like 10 years ago, because he sure ain't mellow now. It's also a small enough company that there's no HR. Interest. Only the corporate management, which didn't help. So I took a different approach. I stopped calling him angry or calling what he was doing arguing or yelling. I just swapped in the words emotional or throwing a tantrum or having a fit. I was kind of hoping if I could shift his reputation from domineering big man vibes to emotional and tantruming weak and sad baby vibes. So I started just making subtle comments. Like, if I had a meeting with him and he got a temper, I'd mention to the other people, wow, it's crazy how emotional Jay got. I don't know how he has the energy to throw a hissy fit at 9 a.m. I'm barely awake. Or when my boss asked me to recap a meeting he missed, I told him, Dan, Jack, and James had some really great feedback on my report for this client. Jay kind of had trouble managing his emotions and had a temper tantrum again. But you know how he gets. Or when a coworker asked why he was yelling, I'd say, honestly, I don't even know. He was getting so emotional about it, he wasn't speaking rationally. I tried to drop it in subtly, and some of my coworkers started picking it up. I don't think consciously, just saying stuff like, oh, another of Jay's fits or something. I got gutsy enough to even start saying to his face, hey, I can hardly understand what you're trying to explain when you're so emotional.
My gosh.
And again, my coworkers started picking up on it, and I even caught several of them telling him to get a hold of himself. After a while, he started to get a reputation as emotional and irrational, which I could tell pissed him off, but he stopped yelling at me as much. Anyway, he slipped up this week, and I just said, I really can't talk to you when you're being this emotional. And he blew up at me asking why I was always calling him that. I shrugged and said, dude, you look like you're on the verge of tears. Go look in the mirror before you ask me. And he got really angry. I suggested he might start crying. That was kind of a flippant comment.
God.
He was red-faced, angry, not tearful angry, and I could tell. I feel like a bit of a dick for being petty and trying to gaslight this guy into thinking everyone around him sees him as a crybaby, but it also mostly worked when the proper channels didn't. Am I the asshole for calling my coworker emotional when he got mad?
Abby, I have to say, this sounds like you wrote this about me. This is our kind of relationship right here. Am I wrong?
When have I ever called you emotional?
No, I'm just saying because I get upset whenever you say a bunch of stuff to me, and then this sounds like our relationship. It really does.
Who chose
does it
this?
not?
Is that
Jackson,
why?
Rebecca, does it not sound like us?
It does sound a little bit like your interactions, where this, though, is definitely more malicious than that. Also, Rebecca picked this.
Rebecca, were you subtweeting me when you chose this?
No, Mikey's not angry. He's just like a sad puppy.
You're like, oh, Abby made a joke at me that everybody else made first, but somehow when she does it, it's not okay.
It's meaner.
Mikey starts muttering in the corner like, oh, she's going to get it. She's going to get it now.
Can we all agree that this person is definitely the asshole?
Insane.
Absolutely not.
Whoa, no way.
You guys are actually crazy.
Are you noticing this was probably written by a woman and
It is.
about a guy?
100%.
The women here like know exactly what she's talking about, and you two here are opposed.
Look, I'm not trying to defend the guy's actions as being. Pause. My dad's calling me.
Eddie.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Jack, what's up?
Do you have a second to talk?
Yeah.
Okay, you're on our podcast right now, and Rebecca just got her IUD removed. Which one did you have?
Paragard.
Paragard? You know what that is?
Okay. It's the copper IUD, yes.
Yeah, it's huge. And we were talking because apparently it has like a 10-year efficacy, but she got it out after like 11 and a half.
Okay.
And she was kind of quoting saying that like every year the effectiveness goes down by like a percentage. Is that after a certain amount of time, or is that every year once you get it in?
No, so the IUD is pretty effective the entire 10 years that is FDA approved for. So there's data to suggest that it may be good for up to 12 years. And then after that, the thing is, does it decrease in efficacy after that? We don't have any really good data after 12 years. But for 10 years, it's actually effective for the whole time it's in. Basically, when they study it, they're looking for efficacy during the entire time.
So Mikey's chomping at the bit to ask
So,
how.
Dr. Kim, how exactly do they collect this data? Are they trying it on monkeys or ladies or what?
No, it's human data. So what they do is they put it in women and they track them. And then they do something called a Pearl Index. And basically any pregnancy that happens while a woman is on that form of contraception is considered a possible failure. And then for 2 weeks after that form of contraception is discontinued. So basically they track it. So these women keep it in for 10 years and they go, oh, 1 out of 1,000 women had a pregnancy. So the pregnancy failure rate is about 1 per 1,000 for this IUD.
Terrible
So
experiment.
That's how they calculate that.
Wait, but so if they're trying to do this initially, they don't really know how effective it is. So you're telling me that all of these women that are part of this study don't know how actually effective it is for that 10 years? That's a long time.
Yeah.
So IUDs have been around forever. So we do know that just having something in the uterus has contraceptive efficacy. I mean, some of the older IUDs were a piece of plastic that was stuck inside the uterus, things like that. So we do know that any kind of foreign body in the uterus does provide contraception. And then they realized, if we add some copper to it, it improves that. If we add some hormones to it, it improves that.
I see.
So they knew that just putting a piece of plastic in there would provide significant contraception. And then so they moved on from there.
I see. So it's not like if it didn't work, it wouldn't work at all. It's just maybe less effective than they had
less
anticipated.
well, right.
Yeah.
But they knew it would work at least a certain amount when they started it. Now, when they first started studying IUDs, I don't know, that was probably back in the 50s and 60s. Things were a little bit looser back then about studies and stuff, so that I don't know. So, but they did do studies on animals too. So how IUDs, they're the size of bigger than a softball.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what Rebecca got to replace hers.
Yeah.
I have a question. It's something that I've actually never thought about before, but how do they implant an IUD with hormones that last for 5 years? It's like a witch curses it.
Yeah, is there like a reservoir of hormones in it?
How does that work?
Yeah. It's like controlled release so that it's released slowly over time.
It's like a self-watering plant.
Yeah. So if you snap your IUD in half, you're gonna get hormoned up. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So try not to break your IUD when it's
You
in
hear that,
place.
Rebecca?
Yes, that is
Do not
correct.
break that.
I'm tracking.
You're gonna tell Kyle that.
Just relax.
Okay, thanks, Dad. That's all.
Thank you, Dr. Kim. Very
Thank
helpful.
you.
All right. Good luck with everything. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks. Okay,
Mazel
bye.
tov.
Bye.
Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense because all the stuff I said about that percentage dropping, I made up. Yeah, that came from straight out of my ass.
All right, let's get back to the topic on hand. This inhumane resources. Here's the thing. I am not trying to defend this guy and saying that he is right in his outbursts of rage and emotion and anger and whatever else. That is not okay, obviously. The way that she is handling this is very asshole-ish, right?
Yes. I think there is a slight possibility this lady has more rage than this guy. To go through all this work, she might be more full of rage.
This is just vigilante justice. If you go to the powers that be and say, this is something that is actively hindering our progress at work and they're not doing anything about it, then at some point you have to take things in your own hand. And if you got to do like some microaggressions against him and start just like microdosing the fact that he's an emotional crybaby, sometimes you just got to get it out there until somebody gets the message.
This isn't a lot of work either. And I picked this story because it's something that I have thought about for a long time. Women are stereotypical. Like, they are thought of as more emotional creatures. But in every workspace, besides the one I currently work in, every single time, there has always been a man who is the most emotional person that I work with. And it's because anger is not always considered emotional when it should be. It's one of the most potent emotions.
Potent emotion. Very good band name. Love it.
You're right, actually.
I completely agree with what you're saying, but you're taking that piece of context from this story and using that for what we experience in the real world workplace. Whereas this specific instance is how she has reacted to this. Okay. And so because she's obviously upset with it, it sucks that there's no HR and her boss and the other people at corporate won't handle this for her. There are other ways to go about addressing this than these very backhanded, petty comments.
To me, it's how proud she is that she's doing it like that. And then I called him emotional. And it's like, you think you can't act like the hero. I mean, you're doing what needs to be done, but it's not that cool.
You don't understand how good it feels to finally call a man emotional. After being targeted with that word for I don't know, since I was 6 years old, it's nice to finally call it like it is. This man is being emotional.
Rebecca, you sound pretty emotional.
Sure, sex is cool, but have you ever looked a man in his eyes and called him emotional?
You're having some big emotions right now. Why don't we sit down and talk about it?
I mean, here's the thing. Frustrating situation all around, but you should never be in a work environment where you're actively making enemies with anybody. No matter how much you might disagree with them or how much they drive you crazy, you have to work with these people every single day. So my advice for this person who's going through this would be, if you have the gall to go up and say these things to his face, why not pull him aside and have a conversation about how it's made you feel?
Is she making an enemy of him, or is she just describing his behavior? Because he is being emotional. He is throwing tantrums. She's not calling him all these horrible names or slurs. She's describing what she's seeing.
I would go so far as to say everyone sucks here, because I do think that reframing a man's angry outbursts as emotional is a good thing to do. I think by the end, it is.
It's true
How was everyone
feminism.
going to let that slide?
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
It's a good thing is kind of funny to me. It's
I don't disagree with that.
It's a good thing.
Is it a good thing? It might be a necessary thing, but it might, you're allowed to have everyone has outbursts.
In my experience, there has been more leeway for men in the office to react angrily in unproductive ways because it's not seen as something disruptive or emotional. But if you label it as an emotional outburst, then the perspective is there where you can see, okay, this is an emotional outburst. This is not productive. This is something that needs to be addressed.
Okay, so if we're going off of the stereotypes when it comes to this kind of thing about addressing men like this, and also the fact that you're saying that sometimes women are labeled, most of the time women are the ones that are labeled as the emotional ones, right? I get what you're saying. A lot of men don't know how to regulate their emotions, and it gets a pass a lot of times, which sucks, and it's unfortunate, right? But when you're calling someone out for that and labeling their outbursts as emotional, you can do that in an educational way instead of in this kind of demeaning way, don't you think?
Everybody already treats this guy with kid gloves, though, obviously, if he's just throwing tantrums all over the office.
She's just following suit, and I think this is the perfect example why every company should have an HR so you don't have to hire inhumane resources. The history books will say there are 7 wonders in the world, and I think there are actually 8 because Jackson has found a woman who wants to marry him.
That was beautiful. How'd you come up with that?
Jackson has been dating a lovely lady for how long?
We're going on 3 years.
You've been dating for 3 years, and you finally decided, enough is enough. It's time to make this woman my wife. And you're a little nervous about the proposal because you want our advice?
Yeah, I mean, that's when I know that desperation's calling when I'm asking you guys for advice with something like this, coming from people who have never planned. Actually, no, that's not true, because you have actually helped Abby plan a proposal in the past.
I didn't just help plan my brother's proposal. I spearheaded that thing.
You basically proposed.
I did everything except for get on one knee and sign the marriage license.
And so I don't know if you've heard me talking about this in the past. I've been talking about it for a while. Abby said that I was dragging my feet because I didn't have a ring for a while. I would just like to say that I was taking my time.
Well, it's just ridiculous that my brother, who met his girlfriend less than a year ago, is engaged before you.
How's that a bragging point?
Jackson's
taking it slow.
Everyone has their own timelines. And I just knew at the beginning of this year that the engagement would happen at some point this year. And I really kind of waited for the final quarter for this to happen. But nonetheless, we have made progress. I have purchased a ring, which you guys have seen. I have shared the class with. It is a beautiful ring, in my opinion. I like it. And I got Abby's big seal of approval for this one.
Honestly, that says a lot. Like, I know you don't know me at home, but I am so hard to please when it comes to having good taste. Like, I think most people have terrible taste. And when you showed me that ring, I was like, it's incredible how you were able to nail the timelessness of it. It doesn't look like some weird witchy woo-woo engagement ring. Like, when people say, oh, that's such a unique engagement ring, it's usually a sign that it's pretty fucking ugly. Whereas you really nailed being unique, being timeless, and also looking like a classic engagement ring. So I think you knocked it out of the park.
Also, Jackson, real quick, was the lady getting antsy for this?
No, but we have obviously talked about getting engaged. And I was kind of hinting at it, and she just had no idea what sort of plans have been in the works. And so honestly, I revealed to her like semi-recently, maybe within the last like month, that I was like, by the way, it's happening by the end of the year. And she was kind of surprised and shocked. She was like, what, really? Because she has no idea that like I've been ring shopping or doing any of that kind of stuff. She wants to be surprised. I don't think she just expected it to happen this quickly.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought she knew the date. I told her the date the other day.
No, you didn't. When you showed me the ring, I thought I needed to go back to our boss and renegotiate my contract before I found out we were all getting fired and be like, how much is Jackson getting paid? Because that thing is an absolute monster of a rock.
I've been saving up for it, obviously. And it was... There's no price tag that you can put on this memento of
What did
love.
it say on the price tag? How much money was it worth?
$1 million.
$1 million. And so after purchasing the ring, which was obviously like the biggest, I think, mental hurdle for me to get over before I could start legitimately planning things, because you obviously needed to have that. And sometimes you don't know what timelines are going to look like. And so when I decided that it was time to actually get down to business and plan this thing, I picked a date first that worked for my family as well as her family, because the big plan that up until this point, my only plan was that the proposal is going to happen in my apartment and I'm going to fly her family into town to surprise her. That was the extent of what I had planned. So literally as I'm driving home from purchasing the ring, it was going to be ready like the week after. I'm sitting in the car and I'm like, oh my God, like I actually need to think about some more of the finer details of this entire thing, you know? And so I was like, well, now I want to rent out sort of the rooftop at our apartment, because that'll be the sort of the common space where everyone's going to be hanging out while I'm proposing. And then after the proposal's over, I'll go up there to take some pictures. That'll be my ploy. And boom, surprise. She's going to be shocked and amazed and love every single bit of it. I even have some friends flying into town. This is great. But then I'm like, I'm basically hosting a party. So that means food. That means drinks. That means DJ or music. That means maybe a photographer. And I like immediately started spiraling when I started to think about all that.
Well, I can help you in one area because I've already offered to bartend, mainly because I want all the gossip from your engagement party.
You want to come bartend?
I actually would love, I think me and Rebecca should both come bartend.
Ooh,
Do you guys know how to bartend?
Rebecca's sober.
I will learn how to bartend.
You can't put Rebecca with all those bottles. She's a sober young lady.
I drink so much, I know exactly what to make.
You guys would be able to pull that off, you think?
One would be unemployed starting that day, so I'm going to need to make tips.
Well, also, I can play all the music.
Oh,
You want to do that?
We'll play some Hank Williams Jr. We'll play some Merle Haggard. We'll play Waylon Jennings.
We'll have you on the ones and twos.
Yeah, that'll be
Nice.
perfect.
Okay, so let me take another step back here. Leading into the actual proposal, okay? because I realize I'm getting ahead of myself. There's all these details. I'm like writing stuff down.
You're doing exactly what my brother did, and that's focusing on all the wrong things, like the party afterwards.
Yes.
When you just need to nail the actual engagement, because this is what she will remember for the rest of her life.
Decorations. Start there. What's the idea?
Well, let me just say, I think I'm so concerned about the after stuff. It's because other people are involved. And so me being sort of a people pleaser, I want everyone to obviously have a good time on top of this. But yes.
So your future fiance being involved in the proposals and big enough for you?
Okay. Well, when you put it that way, it sounds a little harsher.
Right.
Decorations, have no plans. Also, how am I going to get her out of the apartment for me to like set things up? How am I going to get her to change into nice clothes and then leave the apartment and come back so that I can surprise her?
You know what girls love? White balloons that are all stuck together in a little
like an arch.
They love that kind of stuff.
Those are
Get some of
good.
those.
Those are good.
Okay, I've
Women
got a
love
balloon
that.
guy. Surprisingly, I actually have a
You
balloon.
know, clown.
Yeah, you. He's like, I know a guy.
And how she never goes and gets her nails done. So how do I get her to go get her nails
That's
done?
exactly what you do. It's fine if she has an idea. You say, hey, my sister wants to go get her nails done. Would you like to go with her?
And she's nervous.
I'll
She
pay-
doesn't know how to do it alone.
Yeah, I'll pay for it. Go have like a day.
That is instantly going to tip her off.
But that's fine. It's fine if you're a little bit tipped off or you think, oh, maybe it's happening this weekend.
I just got the idea. Idea of a lifetime. Send one of your cats to my place. Say that a cat's missing. Have her roam the streets.
It's a terrible idea.
We can't do that. You know how she would not even be happy about the proposal after that if she knew I did that. So is my idea too crazy of having her get her nails done like every week for the next month?
That's actually really
your new
funny.
king.
It's kind of funny,
That's
right?
really
I
funny.
think it's a great idea. You make her like what, 36, not 36, that's like half a year. You make her 20 appointments and say, you're going to get your nails done every single day until the end of the year. That's my Christmas gift to you or
Every
whatever.
single day. Wait, no, but you could say that you have like a Groupon, or is Groupon still a thing? Where it's like 4 appointments, which it's 4 weeks leading up to it.
Yeah,
Whatever.
we have 4 weeks.
You give it to her then. And you have to go at this day, at this time,
Getting-
every week. And then
getting
the
your
last
nails
week,
done
you will be
sucks.
married.
That's like so not fun to get your nails done.
Yeah,
You're
it's
like
kind of a chore, right?
It is. Send her to Cards HQ. Tell her that you have a Pokemon card you desperately need and you cannot come back until you get it.
How are you going to get her dressed up too? How are you going to tip her off?
She needs an outfit.
Okay, so here's what this just came to me right now. I actually think that I'm going to get her to do her nails every week though, because I think that'll be funny.
Don't people do it every other week, like every 2 weeks?
Every 2 weeks is like the maximum of like, okay, my nails are slightly starting to grow out.
I would do it every 2 weeks, and then between the 1 week and 2 week mark, have her get her nails done the Monday before you propose, so she knows there's another appointment afterwards, so she won't be totally suspecting.
Yeah, and that'll be cheaper too.
How long do if she gets it done on Monday and the proposal's on a Friday, good to go?
Good
Her
to go.
nails will look great.
Okay,
As long as
perfect.
she's not changing any tires.
Watch one of them like break, and she's like, "Oh, I can't wait for my nail appointment in 7 days."
And she just rips all the rest of them off because they don't match.
It's like terrible.
So to get her dressed up, I'm thinking that I say that we have reservations somewhere, like we're going to go out for a date night, like a nicer date night,
Yeah.
right? And so she'll be in the other room getting ready. While she's doing that, I have everything ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I decorate super quickly while she's getting ready because, that's going to take at least a half hour, right? And so
What?
by the time she...
That is dangerous.
Does she just
this too-
hide in her room
That's
or your
so
room when
dangerous.
she does her?
She'll be in the bathroom.
Oh, flip the handle. Lock it from the
Yeah.
outside.
You're gonna
I'm
trap
not kidding.
your
I'm not,
girlfriend.
honestly, and act like it's a game. Say, you're stuck in there. And then just keep on putting it off. Honestly, best course of action, you cannot risk her walking out. Lock her in that room.
Well, so what if I tell her, like, don't come out? Like,
I'm naked.
She's like, "Ah!"
No, so I mean, a lot of we love playing just like random games, like in our apartment. We'll set up beer pong every once in a while. We'll set up like darts or cornhole.
I know
or,
where you're
like,
going with this.
stuff
Hide
like-
and go seek.
No, not hide and go seek. Count to 10 and I'll be ready.
Plain sardines.
No, and I'll say like I'm gonna set up like a fun pregame for us before we
Okay.
go out.
Okay.
Like don't come out yet. And then once she's all ready, she'll come out and she'll be like, I forgot my hairbrush in the other bathroom, and then it'll ruin the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yes, no, you need to get her out of there.
I need to get her out of the apartment.
Yeah. Definitely.
No, because there's no way that I can make a good enough excuse up that will have her get dressed, have her leave the apartment, and then come back.
I know what you need to do. What you need to do is you need to have someone else set up the apartment. You go with her.
Yeah. What are we thinking?
Go with her.
And take one of the cats.
And then come back once that person, like your sister or your friend, is done with the apartment.
Genius.
And then you guys both walk in the door and it's all set up and gorgeous for you.
And it'll be so blasé because you'll be like, oh my God, I forgot my ID. Or I forgot my platinum card back at the apartment. Can we go back?
What is blasé?
Like, blasé.
Chill?
Chill, yeah.
Okay. So we pretend like we're leaving the apartment to go. So she's ready to go. We're like, oh, dinner's at 6 and then we're leaving at 5:30.
That'll
You
totally
forgot
throw
or
us
something.
off.
Why can't they just actually leave?
What do you mean? No, they do leave.
We do leave.
You leave, but you come back.
Well, why can't they just go out for dinner and then come back after dinner?
You could do that.
Go out for a drink. So go have like a drink on a rooftop somewhere and then be like, oh my God, I forgot blah, blah, blah. Or I need to
Wait,
grab.
I don't understand. Why does he have to lie at all? Why can't they just go have a drink and go home?
Because it'll throw her off. Because if you say something as mundane as, oh my God, I forgot my blah, blah, blah at the apartment. Can we go back real quick? Then you go back and she's not going to think, oh, I'm about to go get proposed to. She's going to think we're going to go get dinner. And she shows back up to the apartment. It's like, oh my God, I'm getting proposed to. Chill the fuck out, Mikey.
I'm so sorry. I can't understand
Mikey's
why
over
we
there-
have to throw her off.
Mikey's over there having a stroke. It's like having a surprise. You want to throw her off.
It
so
is a
it's-
surprise.
It will be
It's a surprise
It'll make her
regardless.
even more surprised. I'm just giving you more ideas to make her really unsuspect what's happening.
Okay, it'll be a surprise no matter what, yes. But my thing is that it can't be dinner because we already have food and stuff that's getting planned, obviously.
Yeah.
And like this is gonna be happening like earlier in the afternoon. How long do you realistically think it'll take my sister and like a friend of mine to get in there, set everything up, and then leave?
It
An
depends
hour.
on what are you asking for? Like what do you foresee for your apartment?
I mean, I foresee a white balloon arch
Thank
Okay.
you.
With your balloon guy.
from my balloon guy.
I think you should set up a pregame. You guys like that kind of stuff. That's fun.
I'll have that, and then
Champagne glasses for beer pong.
fun.
Genius.
Fun. And then like champagne and then like maybe rose petals on the floor, some framed pictures of us,
Okay.
like that kind of stuff. I feel like that'll take all of 10 minutes.
It won't take long.
I would block out an hour just to be, because who knows what's going to go wrong, because what can go wrong will go wrong. And you don't want your sister texting you being like, oh my God, we need 10 more minutes. You know what I mean? Whereas if you do an hour drink or an hour and a half drink, you can come back and it'll all be there and perfect.
I'm going to give you two options.
Okay.
Here's what, because I honestly don't think it'll take very long and they will be quick if you need them to be quick. Either you say, we're going somewhere, you drive 10 minutes, you say, oh my God, I left this, we got to go back. Or you have like a nice brunch, you have a nice fancy lunch, you tell her all the romantic things and you're very sweet to her. And then you go back and you just lay it on her.
We get in a huge fight. And then I say, I'm going home.
That should throw her off.
Rest of the day canceled.
You have a script and everything. You storyboard out your fight. And she's like, what the heck is going on?
And I pause for 10 seconds and then I pull a cue card out from like the visor.
oh my God.
Okay, I've got more to work on.
I
Thank
would
you.
recommend maybe having somebody on site so your cats don't light themselves on fire. Like if you do have candles that are
Electronic ones.
electronic ones. For
Yeah,
sure.
like those electronic tea candles.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
You
All
feel-
right.
you feel
I'm
good?
feeling better.
You have a lot of work to do still. We got almost nowhere.
But she's gonna love it anyway. I mean, I've come to know her. She's not picky. She's with you.
Yeah, that's true.
It'll be
Very
fine.
true.